Welcome to 431 of marketing, which is what we normally say backwards. And the reason that we did that backwards is because it's backwards Tuesday. Which means that you guys ask the questions and I answer the tests. What are we doing? We are talking about products, and we had talked about what a product is, and we had talked about a product being a bundle of tangible and intangible attributes. And then we talked about the process of creating a product, and we talked about how people adopt products as individuals, and then we talked about how large groups of people adopt products over time, which led us to the product life cycle, which is the concept that product ideas or product categories have a lifespan, and there's different strategies that you might pursue at different points of the product life cycle. And today we want to focus in on services, and we had talked about a product being a bundle of tangible and intangible attributes. So if all products have an intangible component, why are we spending time talking about services? And the truth is that everything that we talk about for physical products applies to services. And when your service or when your product is primarily intangible, then there are some things that we can take a look at that will make you even more effective at marketing. And again, recognizing there's no such thing as a pure physical product. We talked about that earlier. There's no such thing as a pure intangible product. I would have a hard time defending that statement. Yeah, I can think of several instances of a service that would not have a tangible component. So I guess I need to go back and change everything that I've said because I was a liar. So I can't have a purely tangible product, but I can have a purely intangible product.
Such as?
Say again?
Such as?
Well, I'm just thinking, if I get advice from a lawyer, if I go to the lawyer's office, then I've got a tangible component to that. But if I just meet the guy on the street, huh? A phone call, but you have to have the phone. Well, technically, but in order to receive a phone call, I have to have a tangible device, which I can, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to stick with there's no such thing as a purely tangible or a purely intangible product. Thank you very much for clarifying my thinking. And it's helpful if you can think then of products being on a continuum from mostly tangible products, such as an automobile or a can of peas, to mostly intangible products, which would be legal service or advice. And then kind of in the middle, you get products that are both tangible, intangible. A luxury hotel is mostly a service, but the amenities at the hotel are an important part of the experience. A tanning booth. Tanning is the service, but you need the booth. Most restaurants are a service, but you need to have the food and the physical. So there's kind of no such pure thing when we are dealing more towards the tangible side. And this is the first thing that we want to look at is intangibles can be more than just personal services. Things that we can market that don't have physical substance, personality. Destinations, what is it? Disneyland is the happiest place on earth. And it's true, I was there. I didn't cry once. Of course, I feel bad for the kids. We can market ideas. That's what's happening right now with the political campaign. Not so much the candidates, but how many propositions do we have on the ballot this time around? 952 ballots, 952 propositions. Every one of them is trying to market an idea. And yes, of course, politics. So everything that we talked about with so far with marketing applies to services as well as physical products. However, when it's primarily intangible, then there are 4 properties that we want to look at that I think we can do a better job marketing around. And these properties are intangibility, variability, inseparability, and perishability. And we are going to be talking about these ad nauseum.